let's talk about 7 ways we can build trust in our team. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Seven things to build trust. And there's a lot more ways we can build trust, but here's 7 good ways to build trust in our team. Because here's the deal. When trust is high, speed goes up. That means costs go down. You know what that means for our organizations? More profits. Yeah. So what are the 7 things we can do to start building the trust levels in our organization? How can we build them up, especially if we're in a leadership position? The first thing we can do is a CRM. Yeah, what is that? Customer Relationship Management Tool. Salespeople have used this for years. I highly recommend that, especially if you're in your leadership position, to have a CRM or have that process where you're learning about people all the time. Not so you can leverage them, but because you want to show them that they are valued, so you can actually serve them if they are in need, and how you can point them in the right direction. So doing a CRM is a great tool to make sure we understand our people. And how many people love to get recognized on their birthday? Not to say how old they are, but just to say, hey, you're valued, it's your special day, we appreciate you. That's what a CRM is going to help us do to keep us on track. All right? So that's number 1. Number 2, let's get out of our organization, get out of the walls, and get people out enjoying time together. And that can be doing a barbecue just outside. I mean, just outside those walls, we can go out and do a barbecue with our team just to have some camaraderie. I mean, who doesn't like having fun at a barbecue, hanging out with people, just kind of going, let's not talk about work, let's talk about each other and talk about what's going on and whatnot. Barbecues are a great way. We don't have to do those all the time, but maybe once a quarter, once a year, we do a barbecue with our teams to hang out and catch up. The third thing we should probably do is an escape room. Yeah, escape rooms are pretty low budget things that you can do to get teams together. So if you have a small budget, think about an escape room where you can actually take the team off-site and you guys get to work through all these puzzles together to survive, some zombie apocalypse or find the way to this treasure. These escape rooms are a great way for people to just get outside themselves and work together on a team. And when they start solving puzzles together, they start building bonds. And when we have an experience with other people, guess what happens? It starts hardwiring in our brain, and the neurons start firing and associate that person with a fun event. And that's how trust starts forming in our teams. So we need to start doing some things like an escape room to go out and have fun. Now, if you don't have a budget at all, you can do the barbecue where people bring in stuff, but you can also go and have lunch together. Yeah, that's right. Lunch together. Just sit out, take time away from the computer, sit together, and just laugh and talk about stuff and our families and joke and learn about people. Just have fun communicating over lunch. And you could use like a little card game like Questions for Humans that's out there. And you just plop up that card, you ask the question to everybody, and everybody kind of goes around and we get to learn about each other. That's a cool little fun way to bring your group together just by having lunch. And you don't have to buy it for everybody. Everybody can bring in their own lunch and hang out. Now, what's another way? Well, everybody likes recognition, right? So kudos awards, $100 high fives, whatever you want to call it, those are great ways to highlight somebody going above and beyond on the team. When people see that, they like that recognition, they feel valued, and they trust that the organization's there with them and not just thinking that there's some little cog to stick into the machine. They're actually feeling valued, and trust goes up when we give kudos. I'm not talking about that little sandwich where you give a good critique and then a bad one and then a good one. People are already hardwired in there to know what's about to come down that pipe. So just give them a kudos award for going above and beyond, and you're going to be successful with them. People love recognition in public. So if it's a kudos award or high five or just going, hey guys, you gotta hear this story. Recognizing people in public is another way to make them feel valued, and they'll trust you, especially as a leader. So highlighting the achievement of somebody is going to go a long way to building trust for your team. And here's the last one. Be consistent with what you do. Consistency is key if we want to grow with people. So, have you ever gone to a Chick-fil-A? Let's talk about this. Chick-fil-A, most consistent kind of restaurant I've ever been to. Whether it's one in down south in the US or in Michigan or the Midwest or off in the West Coast, wherever I've gone to a Chick-fil-A, it is the same service. And when I say thank you, they say the same phrase. It's my pleasure. Consistently. Good food, good service, consistently builds trust with that brand. And that's why people will literally sit in a parking lot basically for the drive-thru just to get their Chick-fil-A. There is nothing in that food, but the consistency is key for trusting a brand. Same thing for people that we associate with. If we're consistently showing up the same way, they're gonna trust us, and we're gonna be successful with them. Now, if you have any other questions about trust, leadership, sales, feel free to reach out. Contact information is below. If this was helpful, hit like, share, subscribe, send to somebody you think it might benefit. That's why I do these videos, to help you. We'll see you next time.